D.R.A.M.A TV 27 here with Coach Anthony Burnett, the founder of Loop B&G. We got the good brother Richard Soto here. How you brothers doing this evening?
All right, good.
All right, man. You know, we just want to bring some information to the people, man, about the good brother Richard, man. You're back out here in society with us, man. You're pounding the pavement very hard. You have an up-and-coming election for the House seat of 103rd District, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's up against Patty Kemp. All right, so just want to give the people, man, some of your views and why you should take over that seat. And just give the people a little bit of information about yourself, man, and let us get reacclimated with Richard Soto.
Yes, how you doing? My name is Richard Soto. I'm running for the 103rd District State House Representative, running against Patty Kemp. The reason why I'm running because I see a need in my community, and the people want to have a person to make it happen, to give it back to the peoples in the community how it should be all the time, and make sure that we get results done, not just lip service and talking about it. You know, I'm not a politician. I just have a heart for my peoples in my community, and I care about them like many other ones, because I'm not an elected official. I'm a selected official from people in my community, and that's being real.
Right, and you have the people behind you now. Let's just go back a little bit, you know, to where you once were, and the trials and tribulations that you went through. Just briefly touch upon it, because you may have some naysayers that say he shouldn't have this seat. He shouldn't be a state representative. And you could give us, the people know, we have the people behind you, but let some of the viewers that may not know the true Richard Soto and give them a little bit of explanation on some of the things that transpired along the way.
Well, you know, back in 2005, I had my program up and running since 2004. I did a lot of positive things in my community, help kids to motivate themselves, to believe in themselves, how they're supposed to be, because they always say in society that our kids ain't nothing, they write them off, and that's not true at all. And I just was there as God using me as an instrument to help those brothers and sisters out there, to motivate them, to believe in themselves, to make something happen in their life. So by saying that, by going down the line, I just was getting too powerful and too strong. Some people in the politician field ain't feel me like that because I wasn't on their team at all. So
right.
When I was about to run for city council, and I should have never let that hat, you know, what I was going to do out. So
right.
Some people was afraid of that. And so things happened during that process.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people know what's going on. And it was always in the Patriot News when I was in Petersburg, Virginia. It came all out to the light then. But as a minority in my community, as a Latino also, of people of color, we don't get fair justice through the court system. So I don't have that type of money for a lawyer for $20,000, $30,000. But if I am the man to do the job in the community, yes I am, because I'm still the same person, the same Richard Soto. I care about my peoples in my community, and I want to see them all come up and
right.
do the right thing in the community.
Now, some of us make mistakes in life, right? I myself have made mistakes, but that doesn't disqualify me to be a public servant, and it shouldn't disqualify you or anyone else that's running for public servant. Coach Anthony is a public servant. You know, he's not on a payroll for anyone to do the work that he does in the community, nor is Kevin Dolphin, nor is Lamont Jones, nor is Richard Soto. So this is the reason why I believe that our society is forgiving. Now, the political side may be a little different, but our society is forgiving. We welcome you back with open arms. The powerful message in this, man, it's like I teach the kids, man, sometimes. The reason why I love the game of football is because when you get tackled, every play somebody's falling down. But what do they do after that?
Get back up.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, so we appreciate you, man, coming back out and dealing with some of those issues and taking ownership on the things that you may have done. I think you have a powerful a message to get to the people, and we can use someone such as yourself with that knows the ins and outs and knows the ropes. Some of these politicians that sit there, man, they don't really know the inner city. You only see them election time. You know, you're someone that beats the street on a constant on a constant basis. So I want to turn it over to Coach Anthony. You know, you want to share some of your insight on Brother Soto here and some of the things that's going on today from where he was, where you may have picked up on, and where we at now.
Well, that's the thing, you know, my brother here, you know what I mean? Like, let me just start with this. You know, God said, you know, forgive those their trespasses as I forgive you yours. You know, so, you know, and the thing of it is he paid his debt, you know what I mean? So he's still a citizen, he's still a person. You know, we just can't just say, all right, well, at the end of the day, you know, we don't trust you, we don't believe in you. Oh yeah, you can do that. You have your choice and opinion about certain things. But I can say this, when he was working with the kids, I've known him since that time, way back in 2002. Actually, I took over when that situation would happen, whatever, you know, that at that time,
that incident,
that occurred,
right.
You know, I took over with flag football and started, you know, doing some things with the very shirts and the uniforms that actually he, you know, with his heart and his dream and everything that he put into it, we took over from there. And then from that standpoint, you know, some of the things and qualities, the good qualities that he had at that time, you know, rubbed off on me as well. And like I said, you know, most times what happened is we already, you know, find people in a situation where they're not worthy or they're not, you know, they can't, this is impossible, this is not going to be able to work, he's not, you know, no.
Too judgmental.
Yeah, that, you know, and the last time I checked, once again, Matthew 7:1 says, judge not, for he who judges shall be judged. So in the proper sense of saying that, you know what, this is our brother, you know what I mean? When somebody falls down, we're there to help them and get back up. And, right. And I mean, you know, like, this is a good brother. And you know, one of the things that I also want to even mention, you know, say to you, is that because, you know, the people and the viewers out there, they want to, you know, how can we, or how can us, you know, as we, you know, accomplish that goal that you're looking to set, as opposed to saying, you know, how can you allow, I mean, what can you do to gain the trust of the people again?
Well, I just got to do what I got to do, you know. What happened had happened, you know, big mistakes, bad judgments, and things like that. But, you know, some things in life, you just move on and learn. Right. So I know what I can't do anymore and put myself in a certain position anymore, like back then, because I leave myself out there for them to set me up or put myself out there like that. I have to watch that, you know, because it's about the people in my community to help them out, you know. I have to just live by the day. Is what I do now present, and what can I do in the future also.
Right. So, because I know that, you know, some of the time, well, not some of the time, all the time, the kids, I've learned this, the kids don't want to know how much you know. They want to know how much you care about them. And you know, that's the thing that I saw. Now, don't get me wrong, I saw that in you back then, as opposed to being the people person and making sure, you know, you put yourself out on the line for them. You know, that love, that, you know, that caring thing. They didn't, you know, you didn't worry about how much you want to, you know, as far as the knowledge and information to teach them right away. You cared about what they, you know, the smallest thing. Did they have clothes on their back? Did they eat today? You know, their attitude, their disposition. You met them right where they were at, you know, and then you build them up. I watched you build them up into a point where you forgot about yourself. And that's where I believe what happened is that you forgot to protect yourself in a way of protecting them.
Yeah. That's true. You sharp, man. You example all of that.
Yeah,
man. Wow.
and that's what I saw, because I watched you. And even today, like today, you took some pictures with some of the ones that was young, and I've known them myself, and they've gotten older, but they're still there with you.
That's right.
They're still there with you because they knew that they loved you, they cared for you because you showed them that. But you didn't love yourself enough in that sense.
Now,
About that, that's true. A lot of those young brothers, they older now, and a lot of those sisters, and they come around the house all the time.
Right.
My house is their home too, and they know that. They there now, a lot of them. They be there every day. A lot of them come through. Some of them was going living in different states, different city, but when they come through Harrisburg, they come see Mr. Richie as they know me by, because that trust we have, that bond you build, because it was about them, and I ain't care. I don't try to pass judgment on anyone, because a lot of them come from single family homes and stuff. Some have mothers and some have fathers and stuff, and when I grew up and I was raised, I was living with my mother. But my dad was there, called me, when he wanted to or whatever. But I understood I could relate to their problems. I could relate to them, and stuff. And they just needed someone to love them. Little kids are people, grown people also.
That's right.
You just have to show them that respect and give them that guidance.
Right.
And they would never forget that. And they showed me a lot of things too. So I would never forget. So they learn from me and I learn from them.
That's right.
So we learn from each other, and that's how it is, and that's what it's about,
okay. Now, in today's temperature in the political realm, a lot of people are focused on Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Cruz, and these guys, which is an issue that we as society and as a people need to take a look at, because we need to make sure we know who we're putting in our offices, especially at the highest level of government. But locally, we have the same issues, and this is where our attention as the people in the city of Harrisburg need to turn our attention to in this political realm, because we need to know that these people that are sitting in these seats have us at heart and have us in their interests, because the government belongs to the people. Some people may think that the government runs us, but we really run the government.
That's right, 'cause you
the
have
Constitution.
power.
That's right, the Constitution.
You have the power to vote, to choose and elect who you want to represent for you in that elected office. That's your right. That's your constitutional right. So they can't violate your constitutional right. I mean, they had the article in the newspaper.
I seen that.
And this was their attorneys, Patty Kim attorneys, tried to manipulate our brothers and sisters' minds in our community that said if you vote for him, that he cannot serve real office.
But the Constitution says otherwise.
Yeah, the United States Constitution supersedes that. You cannot vote nobody right to vote and choose who they want in that office.
Right.
Because you can sue the state of Pennsylvania for that. And they not just gonna violate your rights, believe that. And now that's why I say let's call they bluff. Vote me in office, let's call they bluff, and let's see where they at then,
Okay, now if you had, tell the people why they should, like Patty Kim is doing her thing, and her incumbent, I think it was her second term that she's.
It's her second term.
Right, so now why should she be removed, and what would you do if you have that seat?
Well, I'm gonna get what I want to do first, and then we'll get to Patty Kim. What I want to do, what I see in the need, and a lot of people in the community speak about me, these shut down schools. They shut these schools down, and we are paying taxes, and they shut down.
Right.
And then they sell the schools for $1 million, $2 million. What they doing with the money?
That's right.
We gotta hold the people accountable for it. We the taxpayer, that's my money going in there. Where this money going to? So that's the big question. So we need to, as a state representative, I can get in there. The state owns the school. We can get one of those schools opened up, have apprenticeship program, hands-on training, where I'm working across the board with UGI, PP&L, union workers to train brothers and sisters, teenagers, also adults, and young men that want to work. to get the training to give them jobs.
Right.
After you go through this training for 6 months or 1 year, you have the equipment and equipped to work at these jobs, so this company will hire you, you know? And that's what it should be about. And not even just open up that school for training, also you can open it up for a whole lot of things. If I get in office, my office is gonna be in that school, where everyone in my community can come in there.
Open door policy.
Open door policy, and talk about the issues that we need to take care in the community, to give the power back to the people in my community. And we have the power to do that because you are the voters.
Right. Now, being that's a big statement, because we hear a lot of political figures say, oh, this is what I'm going to do, this, that. Now, we don't want to make it too much to bite off, you know, too much that you can chew on. So I think certain issues, what is on the forefront? In 30 seconds, tell me what's on the forefront of your policies that you would like to see changed.
Well, my policy, number one, to get some bills passed, I would like to go back to the Fire at Will Act, state of Pennsylvania, that they can fire you for the way you look, the way you dress. That is racist discrimination to the people of color, and they only target us. That's why they have that in law. I would like to get that. The other one is that I would like to get past a police officer. They take a urine test once a year, and I would like for them to take a random urine test 3 times a year, notarize it, document it, and publicize it to the people in the community